Have you ever met a girl, hit it off, exchanged numbers, texted her to set up plans, and then never seen her again? If you're like me, the answer is yes, and it's probably happened more than once. And that's because there's about a dozen other guys trying to get her attention at the same time, and your texts just don't stand out. Even if you hit it off in person, you are sunk in this day and age if you can't make her like you over text. So I want to give you 5 things that you can do that will separate you from the pack, make her more attracted to you, and get you meeting her in person. First, when you get her number, save yourself in her phone as something fun. Typically, something that reminds her of how you met is best. So, say that you met her while out at a dance club. You can save yourself as Dave Amazing Dancer or even Dave Booty Shaker. It's a little thing, but it makes a big difference every time you contact her because it reminds her of your sense of humor and something that she likes about you. The goal is really just to make her smile when she sees a text from you. Second, after you've added your name into her phone, send yourself a text as her. You do this for a few reasons. One, so that you have her number, but also so that you guys can begin flirting over text right away. Start by sending yourself goofy compliments as her. So you could say, for instance, "OMG, dream come true. I'm so happy I finally have your number, you handsome devil." Sometimes she won't even realize that you've done this, which is great because the next day you can respond with something like, "Aw, you're so sweet. You didn't have to say that." Now you're starting this continued conversation off on a funny note, and it makes it much easier to continue. Third, once you're talking, do not make it all logistical. Most guys text things like, "Hey, this is Jack. I had a really great time meeting you. How was the rest of your night?" This is a nice thought, but it is so boring because it's just pure logistics. Instead, send things that create emotion, like, "How was your night? Pick up any other handsome gentleman at the bar?" In both cases, you're asking about her night, but in one, you're being bland, and in the other, you're making her smile with a little bit of cockiness. The one that creates more emotional engagement is the one she's more likely to respond to. So in general, a good rule of thumb in texting is to ask yourself, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much emotion does this text create? If it's less than a 3, change it or don't send it. Fourth, use callback humor. I've already given a couple examples of this, but it deserves its own point. Callback humor is by far the easiest way to create your own unique and funny texts. You just reference something that made her laugh when you were interacting. So if you met her while you were out dancing, for instance, you could say, "FYI, my dance team beat the pants off your dance team last night." Don't beat the same theme to death, though, by referring to it over and over again, because then you're just the guy clinging to the one positive moment that you shared together. Fifth, when it comes time to make plans with her, make it something that she can get excited about. After 2 or 3 rounds of fun text back and forth, you're usually more than ready to set up plans. And whether or not she says yes will have a lot to do with how exciting your invitation is. Doing something on Friday isn't exciting. Even a nice dinner can be boring. Worse, she may feel nervous about spending an hour and a half eating in front of a stranger and say no to your invitation just to avoid the potential awkwardness. But if you invite her to a salsa dancing class, that's a little bit more fun, or a cool mixology bar, or even to go get the world's best ice cream cone, that's also a lot of fun. The point is, if you can keep your invitation low pressure and exciting, you're way more likely to get a yes than if you keep it high pressure and generic. Do all these 5 tips and you'll have moved flawlessly from getting a girl's number to the first date. Of course, you're going to have to meet her before you can get her number, so we've also created a video that talks about 3 ways to start a conversation with a girl in any situation. If you want to check that out, go ahead now, click the button on the screen, and you'll be taken to a page where you can drop your email and get that video now. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you like this video, and since this is a new animation style, let me know what you thought of it in the comments. Last thing I'd like to do is just give a huge thank you to Zeno. He offered to make this video. He didn't ask for money. What he did ask for was my feedback and your feedback. So he's going to go ahead and comment below, and he just said, please encourage people to let me know what they think about this video, if they like it, if they didn't like it, what it was that they didn't like about it, so I can get better. He's super driven, and I really respect how hard he worked on this, so please take the time to give him some constructive feedback if you get the chance. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.